Hey everybody, this is Charlie with 4BZ Truth. Hey, so it's Friday and I'm actually working the last day of tomorrow's the last day of my previous shift. I'm going to be doing Monday through Friday. I got a promotion at work, so anyways, I'm afraid that maybe my days of listening to podcasts and stuff is going to be more limited. I'll still be able to listen to stuff at work, but it's not going to be as often. But I was listening to actually it's one of my favorite podcasts. It's called Sam Reed's Near-Death Experiences podcast, and I've this guy seems like a young guy around college age or whatever, but he's pretty bright and has a lot of cool insights. So if you're into near-death experiences and you haven't actually downloaded his podcast, it's called Sam Reed's Near-Death Experiences, and his last name's not Reed. It's actually Sam Reading Near-Death Experience, but it's Reed's. But anyways, the reason I was actually making a YouTube video about this is because I've actually learned some stuff from that podcast. Now I've heard of Carl Jung or Young or whatever you want to call his name, but he talks about archetypes of dreams and near-death experiences, and it's weird a lot of the stuff that he's kind of pieced together about the higher power and how, or maybe some sort of frequency of something communicating to people through dreams and visions and whatnot. And it's interesting to me about archetypes because I started thinking about these. Sam on the Near-Death Experience podcast, he said that religions have a lot of similarities, and he brought up the movie Zeitgeist. And when I first saw that movie Zeitgeist, it kind of threw me for a loop because I was like not sure how to answer a lot of the questions that were being raised about Christianity. And at that point in time, I was a little more closed off to the thoughts of anything venturing outside of my realm of understanding when it came to Christianity. But now I'm a little more open-minded about things, listening to like the Gnostic perspectives and things like that. I'm afraid that my family that I interact with on a regular basis, in fact, my brother gets the feed that whenever I post a video, he's probably going to watch it. But my Christianity, and I'm not going to like say that I'm not a Christian, but I'm saying that I'm more open-minded to things that I didn't understand before. And so the thing about the Zeitgeist movie is they started saying that Jesus was basically the same as like Horus or one of these other characters of ancient times, and it all links back to the sun or the summer solstice or winter solstice or whatever, and which is tied into paganism and all this other stuff, which on one hand I feel like, yes, I agree that paganism ties into Christianity or the Catholic Church or whatever, and it's like I know that there is pagan roots in certain aspects of Christianity. A lot of people would appeal to the the what do you call the Hebrew roots movement, or the original apostolic church is what I'm looking for. So like the Church of Acts. But I'm still, with the Gnostics, are saying they're, different ways of interpreting this mythical side of the scriptures, and that there's a lot of hidden messages built into it. But I hear people say, and I digress all the time, and that's kind of what I need to do. But anyways, so getting back to the zeitgeist thing, the Sam Reed's near-death experience podcast, he was saying that it's interesting how they drew that conclusion about Christianity, when the reality is that it's kind of more like an archetypal type of relation. So people are kind of drawing conclusions about Christianity, piggybacking on these ancient religions, but there's actually just influences that come from, that transcend. It just causes me to think that maybe there's something to that. With near-death experiences, we have people coming back with the same messages. There's a lot of variables within those messages. Like, each person has their own little version of that message, but I don't know. I wanted to kind of point out the archetypes of, or kind of a structure of something that is, similar, and you can identify to the similarities, and that's the archetypes. So I'm probably going to look more into Carl Jung, because I've heard nothing but good about his perspective, but at the same time, he is talking about something that's so far out of my realm of comfortable. I'm apprehensive to get into all that, but at the same time, I'm not going to shut anything out at this point. I'm in for the long haul to learn what I need to learn to venture in the directions that I need to go. But there's another video that I watched that was talking about this guy, this author, I think Philip K. Dick or something like that. Philip Dick. I think it's K. Dick. But anyways, this guy apparently wrote stories that were fictional, but later to realize that he was kind of like channeling something that was giving him some sort of future writing or future information, kind of like Nostradamus or something, or some prophecy. And the thing that's like crazy about that is, this whole thing about religions, everybody always tries to hone in on their religion and try to validate their perspective. And the more I disconnect from validating my perspective, the more I realize that these archetypes exist throughout everything. And it's not just one single perspective, it's all perspectives that have something that ties in with it. Now, again, it brings me back to that conversation that I was trying to have earlier about on another video, and that is, I don't want to be that corrupted loaf that is carrying deception. I would rather be all truth. So I'm trying to identify to deceptions as they come as well. So I'm still going to continue to be open-minded about that as well. So I'm open-minded to the things that could be considered truth, but I'm also open-minded to the things that could be considered deception. And I'm all about, exposing the lies that are in this world, because it seems like I'm attracting a lot of like people that are interested in the New Age philosophy, or you know, alternative thought, religious thought or whatever, but man, I am like so aware that there's like conspiratorial type stuff going on, like in the government and all kinds of powers. And I believe that there's principalities and powers that rule darkness. The rulers of darkness. You could call them the freaking archons. You can call them demons. You can call them whatever the hell. So I'm just saying that there's something that's trying to rule us from the other side. And, you know, I'm constantly trying to be aware of that stuff. So, and anybody that's listening to this should be open-minded to that as well. So, but again, I'll leave it at that. If you guys have any thoughts on that, just let me know. It's starting to get dark outside, and I don't want to have it get too dark. So, and I'm about to get some food for me and my family. So, love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you really soon. Actually, I'm making more videos. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. Bye.